Good morning. It's quite possible it's afternoon. It is afternoon. Oh, my computer's gonna die. Okay, let's hope that my computer stays alive for the duration of this Facebook Live. Let me make sure I'm live and nothing's glitching. I am. And let me put this in the comments while I'm remembering. Hello, hi. Say hello when you hop on. Let me know who's here. If you're brand new to me, please let me know so I can welcome you and say hello. The whole tribe would like to welcome you and say hello. And if you're part of my community, just send me all the love because you know that's what I like. Okay, I actually have a hair appointment in a little bit for the first time since quarantine. Look at this madness, all grown out grays. I'm like straight gray. I'm very excited to get my hair done. And this is why I cut it in the first place, because when I don't cut it, mandyperry.com. When I don't cut it, I put it in a ponytail. /how-to. Okay, just doing a little house cleaning so you guys have this. Just so you know, the how-to program is the 50% off, ends in 48 hours. I want to make sure everybody knows because there's always people that show up after the coupon expires or the early bird special expires and they say, can I get it for the price before? And I say, sorry, you can't, because the people who pay for it at full price would be pretty mad if I did that. So the 50% off coupon is live only for 48 more hours. Everybody knows now. The link is in the comments to join. Hi, Liba. Oh my God, I just love that you're just in my world all the time now. It's so good. Okay, so here's the topic for today. I'm getting a lot of questions because yesterday I did a mini celebration about, I need to make sure that I leave on time. I should have told my team to message me. I did a mini celebration because it's 4 years ago today that I got off of welfare, off of food stamps. Like I was on food stamps forever and ever and ever, like forever and ever. I was poor basically my whole entire life. I was in the Marine Corps for a little while, so obviously I wasn't on it then. But basically as soon as I became a mom, which was 19, I got out of the Marine Corps, had him at 20. I was on welfare since then. So when I did that celebration, I got a lot of messages about like, Mandy, how did you do this? Like, how did you do that? And I thought, yeah, I got this. This is like, I got this. This is what I'm here to do in the world. And then one of the biggest things that I've been seeing is people feeling like I'm the kind of person who shows up really big. I work really hard. I've studied, I've learned, I've grown as a human being. I've walked myself through the tough seasons. I've learned the lessons. I've swallowed my pride. Basically I've become a person who seeks greatness in my own life, and I'm proud of that. And I feel like I have this value and these things and these gifts that I could bring to the world. And I feel called to do more in the world. But it feels like I just can't get myself to say the message, or it feels like, who am I to do this? I feel anxious. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I don't know where to begin. I feel like there's already people who are doing it so much better. Who am I to do this? And this is what I'm really watching. Aw, thank you, Liba. You do too, sister. I found you. I spotted you because your energy was just oozing out of you. And this is what's really happening. What's really happening on the back end that most people don't understand is, sorry, I got something in my eye and it's really bugging me. I think I got it. Sorry about that. Hello, who's here? Say hi. Okay, so what's really actually happening, people think I just have fear of being seen. I just this, I just that. In a way, yes, but look, you're a heart-centered person, right? So if that were really true, then this would solve that problem. If it were really true that this was really about your fear of being seen and you don't want to fail and you just don't want, people to basically public speaking fear, that kind of thing. If that was really what was going on, if that was the root of what was going on, then me telling you this would solve the problem. You would get to just simply shift off of yourself. What if I look bad? What if I fail? What if I this, and this? And remember what it feels like. Those people that are 5 years behind, that in that one area where you want to hold space for, they're 5 years, 10 years behind you. And actually stop and remember what it feels like to be there before you understood what you understand now, before you walked yourself through all the stuff you've walked yourself through, before you showed up on that day after day when you just didn't want to get out of bed and you wanted to pull the covers over your head and you just wanted everyone to go away and you just wanted somebody to come rescue you and just to take care of you. But you got your ass up, or you cried in bed for 2 weeks, but then you got your ass up and you kept going. You lifted your head back up, you brushed yourself off, and you kept going. You failed and you kept going. You won and you kept going. You figured it out and you kept going. And you've done that and you've led yourself here, and you forget maybe what it feels like to be over there before you understood this stuff, before you invested in yourself and got the support, before you read the books and the audios, and before you committed to some kind of schedule change in your life, or these things that made you who you are today, right? So we get off of ourselves, we remember their pain, we remember that we actually have a solution for it, and then we speak to that. That would solve that problem. That's learning how to serve. But it's deeper than that, because you already know that you're here to serve. And if it was just that simple, there's more to it. What I found with most of my incredible clients, the thousands of people I've had the honor to be able to, since 4 years ago when I began this, the honor to be able to do a little bit of life with. And what's really happening is this. It's ego. I didn't know it was ego for a long time. I thought ego was more like this, look at me, I'm so amazing. I didn't know that ego could look like, I'm not good enough to help you. That's ego, right? So here's what's really happening, okay? What's really happening is you're not letting yourself be where you're at. Now I'm just going to riff on something for 2 seconds and just track with me for 1 second, right? I had this amazing woman, Sharon Lecter, tell me recently that I need to tell my story more, and I'm going to. And I've got some really amazing things coming up for you guys. But I'm going to just give you a quick riff so you can just hear, like, if you hear this, this really could start to break open that door that's just been just banging up against, when you've not been able to feel like you've embodied the power that you really are just yet, and see the reflection of that on the planet. Most of my clients that come to me accidentally, because they're in the habit of calling themselves to greatness, because they are the powerhouses, the badasses, the relentless ones that just continue to show up no matter what, the ones that literally have had everything thrown at them and just continue to stand for something and to continue to figure it out. Because they're those people, they accidentally get in the habit of requiring themselves to be better than they are. Requiring themselves to be further along than where they are. They have a story, and it's the most painful story ever. They have a story, and I've absolutely fallen into this trap. That's why I can see it so well, because I know what it feels like, and I've been there. I've walked myself through this many times, right? So they have a story that in order to be successful like they want to be, they have to have reached another level that they're not at yet. And they accidentally try to be and speak and do from the level they're not at yet, and they spread themselves super thin. So instead of just being where I am, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer, this is what I've walked myself through, what I'm grateful for in my life, they're comparing themselves to that coach who's been doing it for 5 years or 10 years. They're comparing themselves to other people who are teaching a similar message. They're comparing themselves to who they think they should be by now. All these things that are pulling them away from who they really are. So when they go to create a group or market, they're trying to learn sales, they're trying to learn marketing, they're trying to learn how to be the person that's ahead of where they are. They're trying to say the things that the other person says that's further. And it all comes from the best place ever. It comes from them wanting to stand in greatness and wanting to serve the people in front of them the best way they can, and they accidentally screw themselves in a big way. So what they end up doing is spreading themselves so thin versus what it could look like, right? So let me just show you. I'm going to riff on this for 2 seconds. Ready? Strap with me for a second. And then I would love to hear your own version of this as well. Now, before I do that, I want to know if you can tap into that feeling, that anxious anxiety. Maybe it doesn't feel like I'm not good enough. It never felt like that to me. It just felt like, okay, I see how she's doing it. I see how she's saying it. I see how that is. Okay, I need to embody that. I need to learn that. I need to go do that. Oh, okay. It's that feeling. It's the feeling of like, I want to absorb from all these great humans, and I need to embody that, and I need to be that. And if I be that, then I can sell my things. And then finally I'll get the results and the evidence, and then it'll all be easy. That's screwing you. If you can sense that inside of you, it's okay. We're humans. And you can see how that was seasoned to become something we accidentally did, because that's how we stretch ourselves to greatness. And we're around amazing people. We're going to begin to up level and embody that, which is amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. Except for when it's screwing you over, you want to release that and come back to the thing that actually creates the flow and the ease and the fun. So to be really clear, 4 years ago when I was on welfare, I had, my first launch was a 40K launch. I made $500,000 that first year with zero business experience. I need you to hear this for a second. Not one time in that first year did I ever have to be anywhere other than where I was. I told the truth. People were hiring me to learn how to make money, knowing damn well that 3 months ago I just got off welfare. I didn't have to be better. I never had to look better. I showed up in my sweatpants and greasy hair, and back then I didn't care about having to look good. I still don't care about having to, but what felt like freedom back then was the ability to just look however I looked in the moment and pop on and give the value I had. I didn't care about my background. I didn't care about how I was dressed. I didn't care about how I looked. I didn't care about how I sound. I just was like, I have some value to give. I'm going to show up and give it. And I let myself show up and be the human being who was on welfare, the human being who had my massive wins. I didn't hide my big wins and breakthroughs. I let myself be the human being who was on antidepressants, who gained a ton of weight from it, the person who was on anti-anxiety meds, the person who had attempted suicides, the person that had 2 baby daddies, the person that had, massive social anxiety and panic attacks and like literally drooling on myself because it was so bad. I let myself be the person who got married. I let myself be the person who got divorced. I let myself be the person who moved across the country with my children. I let myself be the person who made a huge mistake in my company. I let myself be the person who had no idea what to say on this anti-racism thing. I've always just let myself be where I'm at. Always. And it has never hindered any of my success. And the few times that I actually thought like, okay, in order to hit that $1 million year, I have to be more like this woman and this woman. They're the ones hitting $1 million. So if I just embody what they're doing, then I will make the $1 million. I never struggled more in my life. I never was more confused and more frustrated and had worse numbers than the times when I, like the swimmer, swimming his own lane. He came in first place, but the second place guy looked over to his lane. When you start looking at everybody else's lane, that's when you're going to feel that sense of overwhelm and frustration. So part of the reason that you're holding back, giving what you have to give and procrastinating on creating that program and procrastinating on building this empire is because you have a story that where you're at and who you are isn't worthy yet. That's not enough yet. But it's only that story that's holding you back because it's absolute crap, right? If I can be the welfare mom with 2 baby daddies on anti-anxiety meds and all of those kind of things and like basically a complete shit show. If you look behind me, it's like a train wreck. It's an absolute train wreck. The 2 things I'm most proud of is the fact that I was able to love myself for who I am through this train wreck, never had to be anything other than what I was. And the fact that I learned how to actually have fun and have this, I was talking to one of my private clients today and I was telling her some like really honest back end stuff. And then I told her the truth. And the truth was, I've sort of just frolicked through this and it's all felt very easy and not a big deal. But if someone else who didn't have the training and understanding that I have on how to be able to hold that level of pressure or whatever's going on, they might have cracked underneath it and quit a long time ago. But I've gone through so many tough seasons where I just let myself be who I am and trust the process. And let me just tell you, anyone who's had witness to who I was in the beginning, I fought the process. Like I fought it like to kind of a big degree. Before I started my company, I started doing some the self-help stuff and I was the first one questioning the whole process the whole entire way. It took a lot for me to learn to let go. And this is what I asked my client this morning, right? What if everything that you're going through right now was hand designed by the universe to create the fastest path to where you need to go? And so the thing that I consistently ask myself is, okay, can I surrender to the worst case scenario, knowing that that's the fast path? Like, so in 10 years, when I look back, this would have been the least resistance, the fastest way for me to become and have everything I desire. Can I let go of my ego enough to surrender to that and go through whatever that looks like? And really be honest, if I'm saying to source, God, universe, if I'm saying, God, okay, whatever this is going to look like, I'm willing. I mean, I want to freak out and control it. I really wish it could look like this, but I'm willing to go through whatever it actually is going to look like. It's going to look crazy. My ego's going to want to freak out. I'm going to want to be embarrassed or feel like I'm not enough. And I'm going to release all of that. And I'm just going to continue to take one more step and allow myself to take one more step. And it's when you are being you that you will succeed. It's when you are actually being you. So when I first started hearing this or understanding it, I would hear other coaches say, like, you need to be you and embody you and whatever they would say. And a part of me thought like, but you're just saying that because you don't want me to be like you, or you're just saying that because I don't even remember. It was kind of like an energy of you're just, when I say it out loud, it doesn't make sense. But it was something like, well, you're just saying that because you don't want me to be like you, or because, you know, you don't want people to copy you because you want to have all the clients for you, or like there was some little voice inside of me that was something like that. Hi, Jeanette. And it was when I was able to let that go and really say, okay, could I just trust that my voice, my looks, my knowledge, everything about who I am, that's enough for me to lead those who are looking to be, sorry, my daughter is so loud lately. I think she's cooped up in here. Is everything that I am, could I let that be enough? And could I just put my ego down enough to say, okay, this is where I'm at. This is really what it looks like. And there are literally tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people out there who would kill to at least understand what I know and where I'm at now, and let that be enough. And what's going to happen is you can release that whole pressure of I don't trust myself to show up, because you're now no longer trying to be something that you're not. Suffering is, you guys know this, suffering is nothing more than the refusal to accept what is. Like, I need it to be different than what it is. We've heard it a million times. Maybe this time it'll actually like resonate with you in a different way. The pain and frustration and overwhelm and anxiety that you're feeling is because you're telling yourself a story that makes reality need to be different than what it is. So what if we just full stop surrender to what reality is, and we just chose a story that was, that's enough. And I'm gonna decide to lead in the things that I've walked through myself up until now that I'm really grateful that I have in my life. And by the way, if I'm not grateful for anything, then you have got some serious mindset stuff, work to do, right? Like that, okay, well now you know your work. Your work is to first get grateful, because when you can be grateful for where you're at, not cliche, I really mean it. Like actually like notice like, whoa, I remember when I would have killed for things to be like this. I remember when I didn't even dare dream that things could be like this. And letting yourself actually appreciate that, and then creating space for other people to do the same with you, or letting that be known or seen in the world, and giving yourself permission to be where you're at, right? So what would come next in that is you releasing the resistance to, I don't trust myself to be heard, to be seen, to actually follow through, to create the things, to know that your work is to fully surrender to what is, and allow yourself to be seen really bright and show up playing a really big game. I'm here to play a big game. And part of my way of supporting my community in playing a big game is the program that I have created right now, which is the ultimate how-to, which is literally getting you, hear me now. So if now our work has been to release the pattern, the sneaky stuff that came in where we're comparing ourselves to other people and feeling like we're supposed to be, like I have to have 50K months before I can coach people like this, or I have to have lost this much weight before, or I have to have whatever the thing is. No. Get clear who you are. It's you being you that's going to bring success. Do you hear that? Can you hear that? I couldn't hear that for years. I want you to hear that. It's when you decide to be you that you will build success, which is why I created the ultimate how-to. The whole entire thing is you building a company based off of you being you. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to teach you how to get really clear in the easiest way. I've never had a client that I taught this to that wasn't like, oh my God. It's so simple. I'm going to take you through a process where you get really clear who that is. Okay, now I know who that is. And then I'm going to teach you how to pull out your power moves from that. So what are my daily power moves that I'm doing every single day? Because part of the reason I've had success is because every day I wake up, and I just told one of my other clients this today too. Do I believe that I'm going to be successful? Do you believe that you're going to be massively successful? Definitely put that in the comments. When you claim it, something shifts in the universe. You know this to be true. Do you, yes or no, do you truly believe that you are am I eventually going to be successful? Is this going to happen for me? Yes or no in the comments. So first we're answering, do I believe I'm going to be successful? Hell yes. Okay. I know it's going to happen eventually. I know I'm going to be successful. I'm just feeling the pressure of it not happening right now. Okay. Can I survive whatever's happening right now? Can I get through what's happening right now? Right now, as in today, in this moment, in the next hour, can I get through whatever's happening right now in the next hour? Yes. Okay. Then the rest of it, all the rest of it gets to go, and I just get to be her. I just get to be her. And now what's my power moves? What's my aligned action to take right now? What I find with most of my clients is they're like, I don't really know, because I've taken so many webinars and studied so many people, and there's so many different ways to do it. I don't know which one is right for me. First, I wasn't clear who I was and what I was showing up for. Then I was unclear what my power moves more in order to inevitable success. Like It's not possible you're not going to be successful when you're doing this, right? Like that level of power moves. Do you know what that is? That's the second thing I'm going to teach you in this program so that you're crystal clear every day. Okay, I know what to do to have success today. I know exactly what I need to do to have inevitable success. Yes, you're going to have to manage the motions of letting go. So you're not holding on so tight, like it has to happen right now. I'm a complete failure if it doesn't happen right now. We're going to have to trust the process a little bit. It happens when it happens. It is what it is. I don't know what your soul's journey needs to go through for you to have the breakthrough. I don't know what lessons you have in store, but let's begin those lessons now. What are we waiting for, right? So then when you know, now you can get to the real work. Now you can get to the real work. This is where the work begins. So I'm not going to tell you that the ultimate how-to is not some magical pill. What it does is it gives you a foundation to start the real work that causes the massive transformation. Because now you know who you are, you know how to design your business, you have a designed business, you know exactly how to show up in your power moves every single day. I'm gonna make this so simple. You guys have no idea how easy I'm gonna make this. Now I know what to do in my power moves every single day. I'm also gonna teach you how to do those power moves with excellence. So you're not like, okay, now I know what to do, but I don't know how to do them. I'm gonna teach you that too, okay? So now, this is what the real work is gonna look like. So now, this is why I do it 30 days. The ultimate how-to is 30 days, right? So now we're gonna wake up. Now we know exactly what to do. We know how to do it with excellence. And now we get to begin actually fighting the stories that I'm supposed to be anything other than what I am, to be worthy to show up and do this and allow this to come into my life every day, which is the real work for every single human being on the planet. But what makes me sad, what breaks my heart, what I'm unavailable for is watching a community of really powerful people that they can't even get to that place where they're doing that work because they're spending all of their time doing a bunch of frantic things and learning from a bunch of people, trying to embody something that's not them. And success comes from you being you. And I wish I had some magical words that would make that go all the way deep into your soul so you really feel it and know it the way I do now, because it changed everything for me. But I have a pattern of being scared that someone's going to lead me in the wrong direction and really being kind of, what's the word? Like skeptical a little bit. A lot of it, maybe. I think I realized more so ever, like, wow, I have a lot of skepticism in romance with any kind of leader, just like hesitating about where you're leading me from some trauma that happened in the past. And I know that. So it took me a long time to hear this. And I do wish God would just give me the magic words so everybody could feel what I feel now, but these are the best words I know to give you. And I just want you to feel and hear me, because you should feel an exhale. If you're hearing this right, you would feel an exhale. Please let me know in the comments if you're feeling an exhale. If you're not, let me know that too, because I want to know how to find the words to be able to have you really feel this. You don't have to be anything other than what you are. No circumstance or condition. I don't care how messy or fucked up. I don't care what you've done that you feel shame or you feel guilt about or you feel like makes you unworthy or you've completely screwed up. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Or I don't care how easy you've had it and how good everything has been. It doesn't matter. Nothing has to be any different than what it is right now for you to really be able to opt in and claim the success that you desire. It is something that you choose. It's something you opt into. I don't sit here and try to convince you to do anything, or I don't sit here and try to press something on you. There's no right or wrong. There's no shoulds. There's just what is. And there's you having the choice to opt into something, to choose into something. And my job is to put it on the prettiest golden platter that I can and try to have it in front of everybody the moment that they're brave enough to leap, the moment they believe in themselves, the moment that they have the courage to take something and really back themselves and really say, I'm all in, that is it. And I want that offer right there available for them the second they're ready. Or to make sure that somebody else does, or that they just have an aha and they know to go find the thing. That is my intention and my goal. That's how I want to serve my people. So this program, the Ultimate How-To, is if you are feeling like you're ready to wake up and know exactly what your power moves, and they're hand designed for you to be you. I don't know anything else that I could do to support someone in having the fastest breakthrough other than them feeling safe enough and worthy enough and trusting the process for them to feel like who I am, my money results, my looks, my voice, my tech savviness, whatever it is, no matter what it is, it's worthy right now, because I'm telling you, that's what I did from the get-go. People have this thing like, well, it's easy for you now, Mandy. I don't know, is it? Maybe you should come live in my shoes for a day, right? Because it's fucking crazy over here. I don't feel it the way that other people do, because I've calibrated to this and because I'm playing a really big game. So I'm always pushing on that front line. if things feel complacent and easy, I know I'm not growing. I know that I'm not doing what I could be doing. I've learned to really, that feeling of pressure and going on that front line, that's what makes me feel good. I feel safe because I know I'm growing. I know I'm expanding. It's something that really feels good for me to do and to be there, right? But I've calibrated to that. So this program is for the people who are ready to wake up and be like, I know what my power moves are. I know exactly what to do. I know how my business is going to look for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I get the gist of how this company is going to fall, what my skills are, what my zone of genius is, what I'm going to do every single day in order to move the dial, to get clients, to create a more powerful voice, to have more powerful writing, to have a presence online, to have that compelling nature, all those kind of things. And I'm going to teach you how to figure out which ones are for you, how to know what that is for you, how to design that. But then the intention is that together, we're going to wake up every day and we're going to look the things in the eye that are the things holding us back. Because now you're moving. Bravery creates clarity. So once you're moving, now the things will begin to get flushed up. The things that were always holding you back that you didn't realize will now begin to pop up, and now they can get dealt with. And that's when people say, like, how did you make money so fast, Mandy? That's how. I chose to be enough, and I chose to invest before I felt ready. I chose to offer things before I felt ready. I chose to tell the truth about where I was at and what was going on, knowing that there would be a mass amount of people that would be like, whoa, she's able to show up with all that going on. She's able to have that when it was like this, instead of choosing the story of the other people who were like, you shouldn't be talking about that stuff. And like, I would never coach with someone like you. There were some people like that. Those aren't my people. They can go to the people with a list of credentials. That's your person. I'm not that person, right? So let me just check in to see if I have anything else. I just feel a longing for people to have this breakthrough and for them to feel instantly right now that nothing has to be any different. It just doesn't have to be any different. Nothing. And you can just really release that and forgive yourself for choosing that, or telling a story to yourself that you had to be different, or that things had to be different, or you had to have created a different result, or, you know, and recognize that it really comes from this incredible place, like this place of desiring excellence. Like, you're a go-getter. You seek excellence. You can learn and absorb and implement really fast. You expand, you grow. Okay, it came from a good place, but it's not serving you anymore. It's just not serving you anymore. And now you get to start actually creating, right? Like, I was on a training with Les Brown the other day, and he said, it's like, what did he say? Creation is like, that's why we were born, to create. Like, we are creators. We're God, like we are creators. We're here to create. But instead of people being in that flow and what that feels like and that amazingness, they're in this frantic energy of just trying to do this and trying to do this and trying to do this and trying, oh, okay, one little breakthrough. Okay, start all over. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to do this thing. And I'm spending money and I'm looking for magical pills. And would somebody please just help me? And this is harder than I thought. And doesn't need to be that way. So that's the intention behind this program. If you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. If you feel like this video served you, if you feel like someone is on your heart that you feel like this would serve, please tag them below, or feel free to share the video in your Instagram stories, Facebook. My business is 100% organic. Oh, I think that was the ice machine. My business is 100% organic. So yeah, this is how we just do life together, and we... The right people somehow are always found. I don't believe in coincidences. Whoever's meant to hear it always does. And we just do life together. That's sort of how my tribe works. And I love every second of it. So ultimate how-to is 50% off for the next 48 hours. Then the coupon expires. No, there will be no purchases after the coupon expires for that price. It'll be the regular price. mandyperry.com/how-to. And also, I would just love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about this? What came up? How are you feeling? Does this make sense? Do you feel this? Can you feel in your body? Can you feel that you're enough and worthy right now? It's not just words. It's not just cliche shit. It's not really true that your circumstances are different. Every single one of us feel that way. It's really true that you're enough right now, and you can have success the more you body into being you, and release the story that that's confusing and we don't know what that is, because we do. It only feels confusing when we're comparing it to something else. Like, if something's not enough, what are you comparing it to? Compared to what, right? All right. Enough. I love you guys so much. I'm off to get my hair done. Have an amazing day. Thank you for being here with me. I love you guys so much. If you're not in my free Facebook group for women, sorry, this one's only for women. It's called The Daily Raw. Go ahead over there. We just talk about all the things that you're not supposed to say. We say all of them in that group. It's really a lot of fun. All right. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. Welcome to the new people. I saw a couple payments come through for the ultimate how-to. Welcome. I can't wait to get to know you guys better. Make sure you check out the VIP options. You get access to me. Actually, the 50% off actually applies to the one-on-one stuff as well. So check out the VIP and the platinum sections. You might love it. All right, guys, I love you. Have an amazing day.